All right, good morning to the Monday morning challenge that we've got going on here today. I called these guys last night. We got Don and Paul with me. And I said, okay, you can bring one rod, one lure today. That's it. So it's reveal time. What'd you guys go with?
Carl Caffer silver and black blade.
Ooh, Paul?
I went with a Carl Caffer gold and black jigging wrap type of blade with a red treble on.
Wow. And I think everyone realizes that I went with the Glow Goby Moonshine Shiver Minnow. So the race is on. We're going to wait and see. Can Carl prevail? It's 2 against 1, so I don't know about the odds. These guys stacked against me. They might have been in cahoots together.
That's cahoots.
Cahoots. The 2 Utes. All right. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. We'll do... Normally we do hourly updates. We'll do contact updates. All right. See you in a few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the good guy is on the board first with a giant. Uh-oh. What's happening back there? So that was the shivered minnow striking first. Let's remember that. Oh. Well, let's see. Maybe one of my fishing partners doesn't suck at fishing. Because this one right here, say it right to the camera.
I suck at fishing.
Okay, thank you. Well, I don't need the net for that one.
No, I suck at fishing.
So maybe it's a one-man show here today. We'll see.
Whatever was on here was big no.
So yes, no, of course, no, certainly. Yes, it was. He's short, but that's number 2 on the shiver.
I don't know what this is.
Don's got a sheep's head back here. Let's go see what he's trying to do.
Turn around.
Oh,
I suck at fishing.
Oh, it's a tough morning here on the old birdie boat.
What happened here?
Well, it doesn't count if you think you lost him and then he comes in eventually. What are you two doing?
Oh!
Oh, gone.
I got a walleye.
That was my fault.
Coming. He's coming.
I'm coming.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It was.
The camera didn't see a thing. I don't know what you two are doing.
That was a 29-inch walleye right there.
I can't carry the load all the time. I
You
mean,
know what? We need a good net man here. We got burrows on the boat.
we gotta make it on camera. You finally got one in the boat. So it's 2 to 1 to 0.
I don't even get a half a point.
The shiver. Oh, great. Oh boy. Where is he? Look at him. Oh, there's 2 of them right there. All right.
I can eat 2.
All right.
Walleye. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, could be the first keeper. Got him. First official keeper. Fat.
You lassoed him.
I did lasso. That's a nice little fish.
Now to see if he's a keeper. I think he's going to be a little short. Yep. We have a new leader. Although we have not caught a keeper yet. Looks like we have the first keeper of the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Although I
just hooked
also,
himself.
it seems like that the fish is attacking down.
I just don't like that. We're gonna flip it.
Here we go, first keeper of the morning. That was on a silver black blade.
Yes.
So let's see.
19.
So you've got 4
4.
and lost at least 1 that you saw.
Right.
I've had 3. Don's got 2.
And one big one that we saw.
So that's, let's see, 7, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 fish for a keeper. But even though they're shorts, we're still doing what it's taking to get bit. So these could easily be sizable fish.
What I do.
That looks like second keeper of the morning, maybe, right? Think it's going to measure?
He's bigger upside down.
I think he's going to measure. Going to be very close.
15 and a half.
15 and a
I
half.
love you.
Right on. Birdie takes the lead with 2
On a
keepers.
different retrieve. Claw was over my line, so I said I'm gonna bring it in. As I was retrieving a blade, he smoked it.
Yeah. Things are heating up here this morning. Things are heating up here. Things are heating up here. Ooh, that's a nice
Change
one.
of rules.
All right, so while Paul's taking care of this fish until we get a handle on
You're
him.
not gonna believe this. There's a goby attached to my lure.
Stop it.
Where's that?
Nice size goby too.
So while he's getting this fish taken care of,
Here we go.
what we're gonna do is
Look at that. The goby hit the lure.
look at that, and that's a big goby. That goby's got to be 4 some inches. Hold on. Let's do this so I can spin it around. There's the goby right there. That's
The
crazy.
front part of the lure.
Yep. Beauty. Beauty.
Oh, you swing and a miss.
He's back. And we're on to something here.
Ollie.
You mean that? Sorry.
I don't know. Oh, jeez.
Let him come up.
There we go.
Big sheep.
Big sheepy.
Big
Whoa.
sheepy.
I need a back scratcher.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we came up with a little extra wrinkle to this 1 rod, 1 lure challenge. We said, okay, every time one of us catches a walleye, we're all gonna switch rods. We're just gonna pass them down. So Paul just caught a walleye, so we're all gonna switch. We're all fishing the same rod anyway, but we're fishing a different lure. So we're now gonna rotate them around and we'll see what happens.
Outside of those weeds.
I'm almost.
All right, we did our first switch, and I just caught the first one on Paulie's lure. That's a clam, black and gold tikka minnow. I'm gonna measure him. I don't think he's gonna measure, but I'm gonna measure. Oh, look at him measuring. 15 and a quarter. 15 and a quarter, he did measure. All right, so now we're switching rods. So this has got to go to Don. All 3 of us today are fishing the JT rods, Black Rain, 6'9" series. Now I'm going to be fishing a blade bait. So let's see what happens. All right, that's a switch fish. He's not a keeper, but he's a switch fish. Nope. getting my rod back.
Hey, at least I catch you something.
Nice.
Now you can put whatever you want on it if you want to change it. That's a Carl. Kind of, I thought it was a goby with orange or some color. I can't remember. Oh, that feels different. Holy shit.
I got mine in. You can hand down.
I think I got a sheepy. I know I got a sheepy.
I got a keeper. Oh, I think I'll leave it there. My bad. Oh.
You pissed him off, Paul. You just pissed him off.
Come on, sheep herder, get that thing in.
Another big
Oops, sorry, I hit you.
No, you hit yourself. Finish. Alright, let's do last cast. Make it a good one.
Had that goby feel for a second.
Oh, look at that. Uneventful last cast. You guys are on the clock. Alright, well, while these guys are finishing out their last cast, we're going to run down through. So the Glow Goby, Moonshine Shiver Minnow,
I knew it.
on the JT Rods Black Rain. Oh, so Don caught a fish on his last drift. That is a Carl Cap for special with an Oneida Lake Goby on it that we just caught. And then Paul ended up, after breaking one off, after breaking a lure off, he ended up with the purple and red shiver minnow. And then had a couple.
Yep.
There had a couple at the end. We ended up with 6 keepers. We probably let 3 times that go, maybe. I would think in shorts. Each of us had to have 5 or 6 shorts. I'll give you that one too, and then come on up here, Don. So this has been an extremely fun morning with a lot of different variables. So I told everybody this morning when we first got out here that I talked to these guys last night, and I said, okay, you can only bring one rod with one lure on it. Now, turns out I was the only one that followed those rules because these two both had spare lures with them. But the following directions is not a necessity to hang out and go fishing, but still. Then we did something else fun. Once we started catching fish, really, we all 3 of us were catching fish right away, even though I did catch the first one. But then we started, as soon as someone caught a walleye, we all switched rods. And so we fished through each other's rod at least multiple times. Yeah.
2 cycles.
Which was fun. And we everybody caught something on something that wasn't their rod or lure. whenever we do stuff like this, all three of us have talked about this many times. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't care what you're doing in life, whether it's fishing, whether it's working, there's always another way to do something. And what we proved this morning, we started the day with 2 jigging wrap style baits and a blade. And all three of them caught fish within a 19-foot span because we're all standing in the boat together. So you don't have to only do it one way. And for those of you that say right now, you can only troll, the only way to catch fish right now on this lake is to troll, that's simply not true. We haven't stopped jigging. We're jiggers. Now, that doesn't say that anything wrong with trolling. We just haven't trolled. None of us are set up to troll, but we're still catching our fish every day jigging. So in this lake, I'm a firm believer you can do whatever you want, and I don't think there's a right or wrong. And we're just showing you that the jig bite is still alive, and we're in the dead doldrums of summer right now. And so before this water starts to cool down here in another couple weeks or a month, we're still doing what we're doing. If you're a troller, I know you guys are killing them, whether it's on stick baits or on worm harnesses. But we just showed you 2 different things that you can jig with. You could have just as easily been throwing a bucktail today. Any number of different jigging baits we could have got them on. So remember that. Nothing's ever one thing all the time. You can do different things to accomplish the same goal. And we just showed you that this morning. I hope you enjoyed today. It was fun being out here.
One thing in common, though.
What?
Our JT Black Rain 6.9s.
Yeah, all three of us were fishing the same rod. The 6.9 Black Rain, medium action, extra fast tip. And all three of us, if you look at them, so these guys are both fishing Tennessee handles, and my 6.9 is a reel seat. And so when I picked up Don's rod, his reel is a little bit forward on the reel seat, and that makes that rod nice and fast, and it's great for a blade. Paul's a little farther back so he can get his whole hand on the grip in front of the reel, which is also great. That's the way I do it, and I think he balanced his perfectly. Mine with a reel seat has just enough room so I can get 3 fingers in front and 1 on the blank. And so those rods, and not to mention, we talked about rods, we talked about sensitivity. You can feel in the jig process a goby that's that big when he hits or when you stick him out there. And to feel that kind of sensitivity, and I had somebody ask me the other day about does your landing percentage increase if you were to run straight mono? What's banging? Is that the net?
Yeah, it's net.
What about running straight mono on that jig and wrap application? The simple fact for me is that I run that braid on everything across the board, and with these rods that are so hypersensitive, I don't want to put something on there that's going to make me feel less. I understand the theory of there's a little bit more stretch in that mono, and the jig and wrap style baits are a tough bait to land fish on, which they are. But I still want braid. I want to feel it. I want to be able to stick it instantly, and I don't want to slow down the curve of my fast rod. So that's my personal preference. I run blade to fluoro on everything because I want to know exactly if something's looking at it out there. I want to feel it and go like that instantly. So I had multiple people ask me that question. I'll take a lost fish here or there. If we were fishing a tournament, now that's a different story. We're not. We're out fishing for fun, and I don't really care if I lose a fish. I'd rather hook them and lose them than not hook them at all. So that's just my 2 cents, and I had multiple people ask me last week about running mono over that. So that's that. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. We're almost at 3,000. If you like what I do here every day, please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your buddies about it. Let's get this thing going. The new boat is on the way. This is the first time I've ever officially said that. My boat is out of the water. I ruptured a fuel tank. So I re-ran it on a 5-gallon can to sell it. It's ready to roll, but my old boat won't be back in the water. So we'll dismantle her in the driveway. That'll be a separate video, but the new boat is on its way, and I'm hoping within another week or so. So stay tuned. I'll tell you more as we get close. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for a great day.
Awesome. So much fun.
Thanks, Don, for having us out on your boat this morning, and we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know if I'll be out tomorrow, but We'll see you somewhere tomorrow. Keep your tip on.
Your tip up.